Welcome back, everyone. Here we are, Vici Gaming taking on Beastcoast and Lacoste. Both of these teams performing reasonably well towards the top of their group, aren't they?
Yeah, we have Beastcoast and we have also Team Vici Gaming. Vici Gaming is currently 9-3. Beastcoast is 6-4. So second and third place in Group B. Both of the teams so far showed the dominant performance. I would say not surprised by the Beastcoast performance because they still look like the best South American teams, and once again they're proving here right now why they are the best South American team. Vici Gaming, these are LAN players, you know. With I gotta say, watching and working Chinese season 1 and 2, Ori was not the old Ori. Because when you say Ori, you probably expect him to be godlike every single game. During season 1 and season 2, that was not happening. Maybe at the second part of the seasons 2, started to feel like the real Ori, and he was once again popping off on his signature heroes, especially the Linas, the Dead Prophets, Queen of Pains, and now we can see him back in the action, which I'm really glad. I think Vici Gaming on LAN are one of the strongest contenders for the title.
Yeah, and I think there's also a common thread there with Beastcoast. You know, like you say, one of the best South American team throughout the DPC seasons. Looked a little bit shaky online, you know, missing out on one of the majors. But Chris Luck at this event, you know, picking up his signature Queen of Pain in a number of their games has looked incredible so far and has really, you know, slotted back into that playmaking, action-creating role that we know and love from him.
Yeah, Chris Luck, in my opinion, is a high risk, high reward type of a player that you don't like. Suddenly, he's on your high ground. He's diving the tower, which you would not expect to happen. Similar, I would say, playstyle to Thompson, who risks quite a lot, but also gains a lot. Sometimes gets tipped a lot, considering the weird stuff that he does. But that's how they play, and they do play around him. They also play around K1. K1 has a very wide hero pool. So I don't think you can ban it out. There's a bunch of heroes, like whether his Bloodseeker, his Chaos Knight, he's a Baden. It's very hard to actually target him.
It is, and we used to see Beastcoast banning Timbersaw a lot because of that, but they've been opting not to go that route in some of these games, often leaving K1's hero till the very end so they can cover that in their drafts at the very least. But yeah, we saw him play Chaos Knight the other night, and it looked pretty damn incredible.
One thing I like about K1 is that he knows what he wants to go for. He rarely changes his item build, what he has in quick buy. I'm going to get Power Treads, I'm going to get Midas, no matter what happens, even if it's delayed a couple of minutes, I still want to go for that same item build because he knows the timing that he's playing for.
Yeah, his first 20 minutes is all mapped out already in his head. The fastest farmer in the West as well. He knows exactly where he wants to head. Those farming routes, but first ban's coming out. Weaver, Monkey, Timber, and Io, leaving that Tiny in the pool.
Monkey King banned out so far 76 times in the group stage of the International, which is pretty insane. You know, coming into this tournament, I expected Monkey to be very popular. Definitely didn't expect him to be picked every single game. Same goes for Tiny. Expected a bit more of Batrider personally. At least not in our games. It's really not happening. There's some bans, of course, because he is annoying against certain heroes. So there's Tiny in the pool. Tiny has been very impressive on position 1. And this hero as well.
Yes.
ET, no matter what happens, no matter how hard you nerf him, people will still find a way. Because he's one of the best. Like, these two heroes in general are the best heroes to disengage a team fight. If you don't like it, there's going to be a Stomp, there's going to be a Fissure, and then you can reset.
And their laning stage potential as well is always there, right? ET with that aggressive, stack some camps, build up spirit, charge at people, and Earthshaker with a Fissure to defensively block and allow you to escape any aggression. Always handy to have. Tidehunter, another hero that's risen to prominence as well. Seen it mid from Thompson, we've had position 5 from Vici Gaming as well with that Tidehunter. Able to really bully people with the gush early on, and of course, you hit level 6, you get Ravage, you're always accomplishing something in the team fights.
For both teams in this game, you know there's not going to be a lack of stun. Every single hero has a stun, so you can play Dota, you can move around the map, you know that they're not going to run away. Tidehunter If this is a core Tide Hunter, maybe
10
they should
seconds
try to
remaining.
protect him. Doom comes to my mind. Also, this is not a bad hero. Bloodseeker, which is K1 special, that Prophet's one of the better heroes against the Tide Hunter because you can't crack off the Spirit Siphon. She runs you down with the ghosts, and also AoE silence works really nice if you want to just ignore the Tide Hunter and go for the rest.
And the ban on the
10
Shadow
seconds
Fiend. We've
remaining.
seen him pop up time to time. Minus armor strats are starting to
Oh yeah,
appear
it's
again.
always
5
classic.
seconds remaining.
Because they played it earlier on in the tournament as well with tons of minus armor. I think they had like a Avenge, a Tide, a Shadow Fiend. Bringing people down. Elder Titan, of course, reducing that with a natural order.
There has been Ursa in quite a lot of games today.
Vici Gaming's
We'll see,
turn
maybe they
to
also want to
ban.
target that if they want to play Tide Hunter as the offlane. Doesn't necessarily counter him early on because of the Gush. Ursa level 1, level 2, level 3 is really not that strong of a hero, but later on you can't also crack in the Fury swipes.
10 seconds
What are your
remaining.
feelings on the first phase Lina here? Because previously we would have said it's a
5
flexible
seconds
hero, can be
remaining.
played mid or a 4. We've only seen mid Linas so far, at least the games we've been casting.
The thing about mid lane is she does not have that many bad matchups, and most of the time she comes out either even or
Beastcoast's
wins the matchup.
turn to ban.
Such a fast farmer. And then you've got that Boots of Travel, BKB, Crystallis build, where you become that artillery cannon, just pummeling people with right clicks. No longer reliant on just heavy magic damage, but you do have that nice spread of damage types all throughout the game.
10 seconds remaining.
Morphling and Void Spirit joining the ranks of the banned heroes.
5 seconds remaining.
Void Spirit's one of the heroes that does well against Lina, considering he's a melee hero. With the spam of his shield, you can easily just get the last hits, and you can trade relatively well.
And
just
later on,
absorbing that damage.
you get on top of her as well, right?
Yes.
You gap close, get
Once
on
you
top
hit
of her.
that level 6.
Storm Spirit, the same kind of logic there as well. So, banning out some matchups that in the mid game can be a little problematic for the Lina. And it's a bit difficult also to get a read on where Vici Gaming are heading with this draft, right? Flexible heroes,
seconds
potentially 2
remaining.
supports. You know they've got team fight, but you don't know exactly what kind of lane setup they're
5
going to have.
seconds remaining.
We're at TI, Gary. There's gonna be a lot of those big boy alties,
Gaming's
Tide
turn
Hunter,
to pick.
Earthshaker, and we see Doom being banned out. So yeah, this Tide Hunter is not gonna be flexed. A bit more stuns, a bit more
Okay.
control, trying to counter possible like any maneuverable heroes. Lion in general is a hero that provides you with a decent laning stage. Got a bit nerfed in terms of Earth Spike range, which is significant. When
10
you play it,
seconds
when you read the
remaining.
numbers, it's not that big. But when you play him, you can feel
5
that,
seconds
you know, I
remaining.
kind of needed that 50 extra.
Oh, Beast Coast. Where do we head? If that is a Chris-like Lina, and potentially a Whisper Earthshaker, you know, he's had some spectacular performances on this Earthshaker, dominating team fights and pretty much single-handedly winning some of Beast Coast's games. We called him the one true carry throughout Season 1 and 2 of the DPC. He's the one. You look at K1, he's farming, Chris-like is roaming and ganking, causing a bit of havoc and chaos, but Whisper's the one dictating where the game is heading.
K1 is not an active carry player.
He's really not.
They really play 4 versus 5 until he comes online, and that's why he stays at top of the network. If there's a fight around him, he will join, but other than that, he will use TPs to TP to the other side of the map, most likely triangle and just farm up there.
Yeah, Chris-like will also specifically TP to K1's lane, because very often K1 has a stunning hero, like a Sven or a
Yes.
Chaos Knight, so you're able to set up for those early ganks. Even before active runes have spawned, we could see Chris-like making those early moves.
Turn to pick.
There is the Sven.
Stands ready.
Stuns into stuns, plenty of catch and kill here for Beast Coast. That's how they like to play. Do you think Vici Gaming are going to be able to contest stacks, move into that triangle, make sure that the Ancients aren't built up
10
and farmed by
seconds
Beast Coast
remaining.
too early on?
Tide Hunter is that hero. Also, ET benefits quite a
5
lot from the
seconds
stacks.
remaining.
Looking at the hero or carry matchup, I wouldn't mind seeing Medusa for Vici Gaming. They don't have that much of a burst damage. There's way to protect Medusa with ET Stomp, with Tide Hunter, and also like you need to start thinking about when your Medusa, when your carry comes online, and how well he's gonna match up in the mid and late game.
Yeah, lots of cover for a Medusa there, isn't there? Time to start revealing, though, where these BC heroes are heading. Shadow Demon making his way out into the draft. Decent setup, decent save with disruption if you want to go that direction. Good to be able to get people out of those sticky situations when they have been ravaged or hexed.
This is one of the heroes that does really well against Lina. So if they don't want to play it, they could
10
swap things
seconds
around a bit,
remaining.
have Earthshaker as a position 3, which has risen in popularity lately,
5 seconds
and have
remaining.
Lina Shadow Demon as a support duo, if that's necessary. But I still believe Lina will just, say, whatever, I'll play the mid, possibly with the rotation from the Earthshaker.
If they did that, what kind of mid-hero would you like from Chris Luck? Like, you mentioned the Bat earlier on.
Batrider is not a bad idea. It's also one of his more popular heroes. I also have seen him play Venomancer when there's a Templar Assassin to just completely
10
ruin the
seconds
hero
remaining.
pre-BKB.
Man, go back to those good old days of force-picking Veno and Jakiro, like Dendi Jakiro mid against the Templar Assassins. Counteract that refraction. But I think you're probably right. The stable way to do this is just to suck it up and say, Lina, you go mid against TA. You can still farm small camp. And you can still shove out that wave and get the farm you need
10 seconds
in
remaining.
relative safety.
Vici Gaming's
Good
turn
call on
to
the Medusa. Beastcoast also feeling that that was a big threat.
So yeah, Lifestealer is the other one that they banned out, which makes a lot of sense. Lifestealer doesn't come online as fast as Sven, but once he gets 3-4 items, he matches up nicely against him.
10 seconds remaining.
Now, when I think of Poyo, I think of Faceless Void. Do you think this is a game
5
that they could
seconds
slot that in?
remaining.
The range
Could
from
be a bit
TA?
tricky to pick him into Shadow Demon. Usually it's the other way around.
Because of disruption into Chrono, you stop that damage coming
Yeah,
into
it's
the
just
target.
a bit too powerful. One thing that they can do, because you have tower damage coming out from the Templar Assassin on the mid lane, is go for like semi-carry type of a safe laner, which is Razor, and you have the last pick. It's also a very good hero against Sven.
Well, Vici Gaming respecting that Mars. Again, another hero that could slot into a number of roles, whether it be mid for Chris Luck or in that off lane for Whisper. If Beastcoast did want to move things around in terms of role attribution.
10
There are a lot of heroes
seconds
that you just
remaining.
can't pick, especially with the Sven and Shadow Demon pairing.
5
You don't want to
seconds
go for illusion type heroes. Maybe TB is okay-ish, like PL's not an option, Nagasaran not an option.
Vici Gaming's turn to pick.
Phoenix, our last grab. Still a little open there. We've seen plenty of Whisper Phoenix throughout the years. How do you feel about Shadow Demon Phoenix as a support duo, if that's where they go?
You have stuns from your other 3 cores then, which is okay, but they
10
can
seconds
not
remaining.
necessarily move around the map. They can set things up. One Shadow Demon
5
disruption
seconds
into
remaining.
any of these stuns should result in a kill.
And it's a great hero at forcing a binary option for your opponents as well. Either you focus the egg or you run away. You don't really want to be team fighting under the sun. So if you do go in with a nice stomp or a blink ravage, a supernova could dissuade Vici Gaming from continuing that fight. And more damage over time to burn through refraction as well. Shadow Demon and Phoenix both pretty handy at that.
It's a good Phoenix game. All 4 of these heroes, they don't really hit the egg, and there's so many stuff to protect the egg with.
Ooh,
You may
well
now
that's one of them.
select your heroes.
Drow TA. Chris Luck will grab the Lina, K1 Sven of course. Schofield Earthshaker, so the Whisper Phoenix, like I said, we've seen it time and time again. The position 3 Phoenix for Beastcoast. Drow Ranger right at the end. Poyo. How does that handle the Sven of K1? Having range seems nice against the Sven to try and kite him, but if you get on top of Drow, it's a bit rough,
It's a bit
isn't it?
tricky, yes it is. Svens these days mostly go for the same item build, the Mask of Madness, Power Treads, Echo Saber, then Blink, BKB, depending what you need, and that comes online relatively quickly compared to the Drow Ranger, so you need to be able to protect yourself. Force Staff might not even, protect you. An item the Drow Ranger just really wants to buy, so a bit of an earlier BKB in this particular situation might need to be, considered as an item.
Yeah, looks like an absolute necessity in this one. Also a pretty good hero when you think about that Lina of Chris Luck, that long-range right-click with the physical damage build we've been seeing. Drow Ranger can offer the exact same thing from the other side. As we get ourselves into game 1 of this best of 2, Beastcoast taking on Vici Gaming. Massive swordsman there for Beastcoast, and PYW's Lion leading the charge out.
These are the heroes to look out for.
It feels good to be this good.
All right, we're
It
gonna
feels
start
good to be this good.
right away with spamming the voice chat wheel lines.
Lots of giggling going on.
No me merecen. La verdad que no me merecen.
They absolutely love it. Got to give them the chance to get their chat wheels out of the system as the game starts. DY on that. The Titan heading up towards that mid lane again. 5 heroes pretty much swinging into there to make sure that their vision, their wards are kept covered.
And we can see the ward kind of shifted, something that we mentioned at the start of the game, where like you usually now put them on the high grounds, but these two might get dewarded because they're relatively close, and you can scout them out by climbing the uphill. That's why we see so many mid movements, even smokes on the mid, 5 heroes mid to try to figure it out.
30
Oryx
seconds.
Templar
to battle.
Assassin not wanting to get involved, sat near the bounty rune over in that triangle, while PYW, Poyo, and DY still just waiting here. And as we've seen already, you know, heroes going up onto those high grounds to try and figure out where some of that vision is. Stinger holding a sentry, DY still holding an observer ward. We'll see what they get up to with that, but for now, nobody really getting an inkling of where any of these vision observers are.
The battle begins.
Old 11 going to waltz down to the bottom bounty. K1 makes damn sure he can't get it. Stinger also taking the right-hand one, so 3-to-1 trade out. Beastcoast coming out on top early doors.
There's gonna be some good harassment on Tide Hunter. Tide bringing a couple of tangos to the bottom lane. Shadow Demon does not have. Never mind, that's gonna be another stun.
Yeah.
Oh!
The stick charge. Stinger's still going
Okay,
for
they're
it.
still gonna get him.
He's going to die under tower, but well worth it. Sticks it to Old 11. Make sure they kill the Shadow Demon there with PYW cleaning up. But now K1 has got free reign of that bottom lane. As we see Chris Luck getting a nice little stun onto Ori's TA. A 2-for-1 CS lead so far. Chris Luck with just 1 deny.
This is what happens when you want to be a bro, you want to leave that kill to your carry, and suddenly you're tossed to the wolves pretty much, you know. You have to die again. But yeah, he got the kill, he died after, has boots of speed already, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. Has a stick, so any kind of a spam coming out from the Tide Hunter will be turned into mana.
Yeah, the sticks, the fairy fires, all of these utility items for the laning stage, incredibly important, not just for the mid laners, but the side lanes as well. Well, it looks like Schofield dragging this wave back, making sure there's no pull camp there either for Vici Gaming. As Ori taking a beating from the Lina now, but still leading out in the CS. And Schofield fishering up, but the creep waves have met in the 4th lane of the game. DY creating another part of the map. And he's pretty speedy there with his spirit and his boots. So not really the opportunity for Beastcoast to find a kill, and nicely micros his courier, so Sco can't go hunting.
You gotta help out Phoenix early levels, because if you're playing a core Phoenix, it's a decent damage, attack animation, not the greatest, so very nicely done by Schofield, dragging the creep wave. They met, as you said, at the 4th lane, still managed to get a couple of CS.
Another bubble bottom. Now a Stinger retreating away from PYW. And while Beastcoast have been putting pressure on DY, forcing him to burn through a fair amount of regen, Drow Ranger, 7 denies with 8 CS. Looks like she's pretty freely farming under her own tower, not too bothered with how everything else is going on around her. That's where you want to be as Vici. Okay, 1. 12-1. Even looking to contest this pull and clear the stack. Gets
It feels good.
a couple of hits in there. As Vici have got a good solid hold on that bottom lane as well, dragging the wave all the way back to tower.
Drow Ranger is the biggest winner so far, putting a lot of pressure on Phoenix. DY doing a very good job controlling I'm gonna say both of the heroes, but taking away a bit of a pressure. Shaker as a support doesn't really do that much. He can block off the camp. They need to get on top of the Drow Ranger. Drow Ranger already realized going for Boots of Speed as the first item. That's gonna be a really fast power treads.
Yeah, it feels like the main thing here for Schofield is that waiting game until Crystalluck calls for the rotation. If he can move into mid, look for a pick on the Templar Assassin, that could crack this mid lane wide open as it is. Very close between the two. Crystalluck, though, taking the lead in the last hits and denies. Now this is where Schofield likes to play. Wrapping in behind, DY will have made the call that the Earthshaker's missing. So Ori there has to be very wary of his positioning. And does even have a Dire Observer ward that scouts the Earthshaker coming across.
BYW coming around. Has a healing salve if needed. Ori bringing a stick and also a healing salve for himself.
No runes for Ori though, and a good Fisher allows that courier to survive. Schofield gives him the tip as well. But did Beastcoast get all of the runes there? They got a fair amount, and the PYW did get a bounty, but yeah, both water runes grabbed by Beastcoast, so no bottle refill for the Templar Assassin, unfortunately.
This is scary when you ask one of your teammates to go and die your position 4 or 5 so they can refill the bottle, make a trade kill. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, like PYW, please, get caught out. Something. Come into mid, TP and refill.
Now look at PYW trying so hard.
Nice.
No mana for stun.
On the run back,
On
2
Sven.
stacks of poison. Stinger whacked away by Old 11, and yeah, you're right. K1 can't get anything else done there. We'll try and clear out this wave, but it's a tough job against an Old 11 Tide who throws at the gush at him. Anchor smashing away at K1. A nice Earth Spike, and he's done. Sven down. Stinger looking for
Hex
the trade back,
available.
but the Hex is available, and Old 11 might be able to
And
pick
the
up
gush.
a second one. Another poison, but it misses. Stinger's just going to get annihilated by the Tide.
That was nicely done by PYW. Goes in, tanks a lot of damage, and puts them in a spot where they get a double kill from it. Also, 11 with Ring of Health. I don't think he should die in this lane. Also, PYW can make a rotation on the mid lane, or he was zoned out. Lina, Crystalluck doing a very good job against Templar Assassin, doing much, much better than I expected.
And there's Stinger. TP's mid for Crystalluck's bottle refill, while Ori's making that long walk back to Fountain. Refills and has a TP to return to lane. And PYW's Lion sitting there, lapping up a little bit the experience. Gets a... I didn't give him a bottle refill. Oh, I did. A little bit of bottle sip. There you go. Stinger blocking these stacks as well. 55 seconds. PYW, yeah, he can't stack the camps. Bit cheeky from the Shadow Demon. Because that's something that Templar Assassin really relies on, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. She want to be able to clear the stacks. Drow Ranger.
Nice stun. Fisher into that Light Strike array, and Crystalluck chucks the kitchen sink at DY. Whisper in the meanwhile, in on top of Poyo's Drow. Fiery Spirit misses out, gets that additional one on her.
Oh, Sven getting gold on once again.
Yeah, K1. He's got no stick or anything here. Stinger, no salve. So they've run pretty low on the regen. K1 is going to just have to fall back to small camp. You can even hear him stunning the creeps to increase his farming rate.
Beastcoast putting a lot of pressure on the mid lane. DD, Lina, 3 Fiery Soul charges, Earthshaker, they're ready if he finds any opportunity to use the Fisher, block Ori off, and also shutting down Templar Assassin because she's supposed to be like the playmaker, Drow Ranger. Oh, Hex. This is a big kill if they can get it.
Oh,
Nice
but the
Fisher.
Fisher. Beautiful in. The stomp is good, but with no additional stuns, PYW's out of gas. Schofield there. We talked about his aggressive potential, but the defensive to save Crystalluck there, spot on.
Money to burn.
Drow Ranger and Templar Assassin are kind of same hero, what they want to do. They heavily rely on dealing physical damage, and they also want to farm triangle at the same time. So someone will need to sack a bit of a farm.
Do you think that's going to be Ori? And if that's the case, what kind of build do you expect from the TA? Do we see the Blink build to try and be more active so the Drow can farm?
Drow is off to a good start. 36 CS, Ori at 32. So we'll see how things develop, like who makes the... They have decent heroes to rotate. Lion is level 5, 8 minutes in. If they manage to get a kill, he's going to be closer to 6. With the finger of that, you can put a lot of pressure.
They scanned Poyo
Whisper.
here. Whisper's dived forward. They've got a Fisher, I believe. If they get in range, he lifted his totem thinking about it. They maybe could have gone for the Fisher Supernova, but opt not to. Dire Vision does scout Schofield on the way back, but PYW and DY, with very little backup and also scouted by the Beastcoast Vision, aren't able to latch onto anybody there.
Now you gotta be aware of this haste on Templar Assassin. If someone tries to make a move, she will pop it and come into a fight.
PYW's caught by Stinger. Poisons are being built up. That stomp not really connecting, and PYW is going to get pummeled here by Whisper and Schofield. Some big stacks there built up, so even if there's no Ancients, they still have a large camp built up for Ori to come and clear, which he'll likely do in the next couple of seconds. While Beastcoast, they're building up bank for K1 Sven, already with treads and majority of the way towards the Echo Saber already. Big fan of the switch away from the Mask of Madness, now heading straight into stats items. Become tankier, allow yourself to fight early while still keeping your farm rate up.
This time around, he will switch the item build, which I think is the correct choice, going for just the Echo Saber and then Casual Sage, which he'll turn into Heaven's Halberd. You're playing against two cores. Every single time there is core like this, let's say your mid is Templar Assassin, your safe lane is either Ursa or a Drow Ranger, Heaven's Halberd gets twice as value.
Yeah, your Medusas, your Lenas, your TAs, these ranged
Yeah,
heroes suffer a lot.
It's very hard to itemize. Like your offlaner can buy, he's going for Spirit Vessel because he's a Phoenix, but any kind of a armor item that you buy on your either supports or an offlaner just gets so much value.
Here comes old 11, bouncing along with a Tumbler's toy, rocking his way forward on his little horsey. Poyo also making the move down here to find Schofield, who just wanted to sit, defend the tower, maybe get a bit of experience. Not a massive problem for them.
DD and haste.
No, that's not what Chris Luck wanted.
More like Chris Bad Luck right there.
Yeah, and Ori, he's not done just yet. Finds a courier and chases Whisper, forces the dive away. Oh,
He's not done.
Half
He will
his
force
HP gone.
Supernova.
He's going to get this. In comes Ori, Supernova force, the banish comes, the timing looks pretty good. K1 is dying to Ancients back there, but the Fisher is in. Out from Schofield, and Ori will pay.
That was nicely done by Beastcoast, understanding who needs to come first. Disruption into Supernova, into Totem, pretty much perfectly done. Tier 1 tower for Vici Gaming still alive, but they lost... they managed to kill the bottom tower, and Poyo-Yo is there. Dragonland's done.
We're still holding on to this Ravage on old 11. So it's pretty difficult for Beastcoast to boot him out of this bottom jungle because he's just such a tanky beast, holding a massive team fight ulti. And Vici Gaming plant their flag in that bottom jungle. Good dire vision around the area too. It sees Schofield coming across while Beastcoast trying to get up into the top area of the map. That tier 1 tower, a sticking point for them though. And we're not far away from Blink on this tide.
He's
Top
getting
of the-
close, 300 gold away.
Top of the net worth.
Doesn't have much mana to work with. He's bringing something, a Clarity and Possessed Mask on a Courier.
Yeah, allow him to stick around in that lane a little bit longer.
Smoke. Schofield and Chris Luck, they want to make something happen.
Moving down south, but Poyo has already TP'd out, and Vici Gaming will respond with a smoke of their own. Again, Tide, not really a target that Beastcoast can go on, and K1, he's the one that's been stunned up. Under
Rainbow TPs.
that Earth Splitter, and another good Fisher from Schofield. Make sure the aggression is halted right there. Haste out. Oh, K1, he grabs it and he throws the stun. PYW even animation cancelling the Finger of Death.
Dire's top tower is under
There was a
attack.
bit of a hesitation there, whether they want to go for that haste or not, because K1 was also trying to figure out, can he make it? If he got ravaged and fingered, he just dies there. Ori trying to farm up his Blink Dagger to be able to jump between the camps and also jump out of any situation that is a bit sticky for him. K1 manages to farm up the big camp. Is about to hit level 10.
And that's been his home the entire game pretty much. Laning stage wasn't particularly good for him. Just sit back, hide in the pocket of farm that the rest of your team's creating. Beastcoast sit forward with their other 4 heroes, present themselves to Vici Gaming. Well, like you said, in the draft, K1 really is that farming beast. Get to critical mass and then come out of your Come out of your shell a little bit more. It does seem that Ori on that Templar Assassin will go for the Blink build. So we move away from that Deso, that Dragonlance. Go more for the active role. Play with old 11.
Dragonlance was the build when you had Psyblade's range talent on level 10. Now it got moved to level 15. So there's a big difference in how much XP you need from, you know, to get to level 10 and from 10 to 15.
They're going to have triple Blink, not too,
That's
not
what
too
I was
far
about
away,
to
right?
say. Yeah, that's a triple Blink, but then you need to make stuff happen because Blinks, you know, it's a 6,000 gold. In terms of damage, you don't get any stats, so you need like one really big fight with it. And they have big teamfight ultis. They have Tidehunter, they have Elder Titan, 3 points in the Echo Stomp. So that's gonna be enough to control them.
It's absolutely an investment in aggression.
It really is. But you need to find something.
It can double up, you know, you've mentioned it before as a farming tool to blink from camp to camp here and there.
On Templar Assassin is a different story. Getting a Blink Dagger that early, because it's not just, you know, something to reposition yourself with. It's, considering how fast she farms, it's really a farming tool on TA.
Earthshaker again, a bit of deja vu, but he's found a little hidey hole in the trees. PYW and Ori won't be able to find him. I think they've got a good idea of where he was, but he'll no longer be there. TPing back to his tier 2. Blink not far away from him. Plenty of these Blink daggers coming up. While Chrislock, of course, that Boots of Travel BKB build coming
Time
in.
to smoke for Vici Gaming. They have the Ravage. They want to make stuff done. Draw Ranger Dragonlance getting very close to Yasha, and they are trying to get this tier 1 tower, which is full HP. Sven, unfortunately for Beastcoast, will not have God Strength available for this fight. 25 seconds.
It doesn't look like they want to entertain any kind of fight in this mid lane. Whisper will try and chip away at the creeps.
Double Observer Ward placed.
Oh
Bit
yeah.
of a mistake.
Oops-a-daisy. And under a sentry as well. Well, that's not a great spot, but a Blink Ravage. Single target, onto the Phoenix. Down you go. PYW even holding the finger there. See if they can get any additional targets. And Stinger very happy about the double Observer Ward he's just been granted. That's a lot of money for your little Shadow Demon. Look at him, he's got 1,300 saved up. He's well on his way to his own Blink.
Wish you could dip yourself in Dota. You know, I planted this sentry, and I got so much XP and gold. They also made a bit of a mistake. Chrislock on the bottom lane.
Patting yourself on the back, yeah, Lacoste.
Yep.
And Chrislock just shoves that wave out, realizing that Vici made a concerted effort to head into mid. Schofield's Blink is coming, timed to perfection because Lion just got his as well. It feels like a reasonably slow game here from Beastcoast. Matching the pace of Vici Gaming, looking to extend this early portion of the game, but Vici are the ones shredding through early towers and building a nice position on the map for themselves. The lines are drawn. Defend the mid-tier 1, push out that bot lane so we carve ourselves a portion of that Radiant jungle down south. But it doesn't look like they'll get mid in time, especially with no Ravage for 70 seconds. A little bit awkward for them to think about setting up any kind of team fight.
Playing around that Ravage cooldown, he immediately saw an opportunity. Ravage, no hesitation, which is okay. He could have maybe hit someone else in the back lines. Shadow Demon usually likes to sit behind and try to...
Hello.
Oh, Echo!
The Blink Echo Supernova, down you go! Poyo disappears under the onslaught from Beastcoast. Splitter looking to try and disengage Old 11 from that fight, while the stomp lands onto Chrislock. Half HP with PYW coming in with a finger. A 1-for-1 trade, and Ori's arrival might force Sven away.
Heaven's Halberd.
Nice Heaven's Halberd. Yeah, he's got the Echo Halberd already 17 minutes in. K1's a beast. He's incredibly tanky, and they're going to move back in. The two-man stun. The Fissure into Stormhammer, but Ori blinked away just in time, barely escapes. While Old 11 plays forward on Whisper, the spam pings were indicating they wanted to continue fighting, but that will be that. A 2-for-1. Beastcoast coming out on top.
Vici Gaming, now it's their time to strike back because they know there's no Echo, there's no Supernova, they have Ravage available. We're going to see it again.
Chrislock's smoke pops on the Tide. They're like, don't go Tide, go the Drow instead. Very disciplined though from Vici Gaming, backing up. realizing that they can turn the fight when that BKB from Chrysalix down. That timing, what is it? A second? Half a second between BKB ending and Stomp landing.
Yeah, that's just perfectly timed. The thing about Heaven's Halberd, the value in this game is you're playing it against 2 range heroes. So that's, instead of the usual 3.5 seconds, it's 5 seconds on range heroes. So Drow Ranger and Templar Assassin are not gonna be happy. Big Boy Philly, found by Beastcoast, so Shadow Demon will gladly take that.
It's so therapeutic. We can just keep the camera on K1 the entire game. His farm patterns, you know, roaming through the jungle, clear out a wave. Incredible net worth as there's the catch onto Schofield. Ori and PYW once again pairing up as Whisper. Oh, burst down. Less than 100 HP. Trap and Spirit spot him, but oh!
The minus
armor helped him out, didn't it? And the 60 damage talent.
Oh, that's why, the 60 damage talent land. 15 movement speed in terms of gold. Like, yeah, it's fine. You can position yourself better. Windlace is 225 and gives you 20. But 60 damage, Gary, in terms of gold, is Sacred Relic, which is 3.75k.
On a position 5 as well. Drow Ranger has had a bit of a quiet game. 5th place in the net worth, still a fair amount of catching up to do. Yasha into BKB after that Dragon Lance, so building up stats, tanking up, making sure she can be that turret in the middle of the fight to stand her ground.
It's necessary. I said after the draft that BKB will be needed a bit earlier. Usually it's 4-staff full pike into Manta style, then into a BKB, but you're playing into Sven. Oh, disruption.
He's still going to get picked off here though. Finger of death for good measure. Walking into that neighborhood where Vici Gaming were all grouping up. Everybody bar the TA was there around the outpost. Is that Radiant Obs Ward in between 4 sentries? Yeah, there's one north. It's right bang in the middle. The Bermuda Triangle. Can't be spotted by Vici Gaming, so Beastcoast keep their vision up in that top jungle.
3 sentries, 4 sentries. Yeah, you got that correctly, Gary. You probably think that they don't have Observer Ward there.
Yeah, it's a false sense of security, isn't it? Like, they can't have vision up here. They see nothing.
Lina, Blink Dagger picked up. So she will be able to follow up on Earthshaker stuns, even Sven stuns.
There was a period of calm though, right? Where you said that Vici Gaming with Ravage back up, probably feeling pretty strong, getting a kill here, a kill there on support heroes. It feels okay, but now you've allowed Beastcoast to come back out, green lights across the board, and they've got Sven Godstrength this time. So with a Blink Echo and Lina's BKB, they are going to stampede forward to play into their vision and catch out PYW top lane. Chain stunned.
It's a pickoff after pickoff.
Oh, the second one though. The bigger target.
So close to BKB. Lina with that newly Blink. Ooh, he's going to be out of range with Yasha, or is he?
Just gets the Light Strike Array down. Laguna Blade for good measure. Poyo shredded in his own jungle. Now Vici Gaming have got to be wondering, where is that vision?
Is under attack.
And K1 pummeling this tower, still covered by Schofield, who holds the key to these team fights, that Echo Slam.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
With God Strength down, do you think they can still attempt Roshan, or is this going to be Beastcoast resetting, moving across the map, and pushing out their other lanes for now?
They still got like 10-15 seconds left, so they will go inside a pit, check what's up, but against the Elder Titan, and they also have no sentry inside, which means that the trap is cutting them out. We'll just back off. Drow Ranger was so close to getting a BKB, now she needs to farm another 400 gold, getting closer to also level 15. That's why she bought the dome for herself.
Well, another back and forth. Here comes our team fight this time with a Blink Ravage catching Lina. Chrysalix the one to fall. Vici Gaming have the window for Roshan wide open to them now. Decent disruption there. Gets the Earthshaker out of the way of the Spirit. Oh, he's still slept. He still got slept by that stomp. Okay, K1's positioning, aggressively farming in the dire jungle. And he really does push it to the limits.
Level 18, God Strength. Every single time, pretty much, he's just using it as a farming tool. Not ready to fight yet, and his itemization, I think, is on point this game. Going for Heaven's Halberd, that we already mentioned, and then going into AC. Skipping the blink, just providing
bottom
team
tower is
with the
under
armor
attack.
that is really necessary. Bonus armor, level 50. I mean, it's a 15 bonus armor plus AC, that's 20. I want to see which talent he's going to get on level 20.
He's
If he's a real bro, real teammate, that's going to be an extra 10 in Warcry.
Yeah, I guess the TA in a Drow, that feels really potent here for Beastcoast. He's basically an item ahead of the Drow Ranger at this point. And yet again, Beastcoast sweeping across the map through that northern jungle.
You want to get
DY.
as much armor as you can. Drow Ranger ulti pierces only through the base armor.
I've also got marksmanship to do a similar thing as well. TA Trap does get spotted under the sentry,
No Ravage for 60.
but they still smoke. Schofield, what a glorious position. He's pinging it. Let them come. Let them wrap around. We want to fight this. Spirit Stomp into the pit. And Vici Gaming, they're angling towards a team fight here, but risky business. Whisper Silence does get caught by the Gust and the Gush, but the good bubble, and Roshan's already dead. Chris Luck BKBs and battles with a Drow. They turn on Old 11 for now, but that sleep again. Catching K1 until he whacks into Old 11.
Oh,
drifts
disarm
across.
and a BKB.
TA can't do a damn thing, and DY, he's been fissured and pummeled by Chris Luck, who blinks forward, wants PYW while the burning Sunray clips Old 11. Oh, it roasts him alive. Drow with a multi-shot does bring down the Earthshaker, but TA in a spot of bother as K1 comes in and the chain stuns connect. They've got the TA locked in place. The Hex and stun on the Lina, but not enough, and
Another
there's no
long duration
reveal.
disarm.
There's no reveal. Can he cleave off the creep? He can't. He goes instead for the stun on the Drow Ranger. K1's BKB is working wonders for them. He'll get another kill.
Are they done? Earthshaker still has the Echo committed with the buyback, so we'll see. Aegis still in the hands of Sven. There is no Ravage, unfortunately. Schofield just dies.
That's a dieback from Schofield, yeah. High ground vision from Vici Gaming. Spot him.
Radiant's top tower is under
This
attack.
Heaven's Halberd is doing so much work. I would love to see one extra being picked up. I wouldn't mind seeing one on Phoenix.
Yeah.
Phoenix going for a BKB, just 100 gold away from it. To be able to protect themselves against the silence, and maybe if he pops it first, so you don't have to care about Lion as well.
Yeah, that gust from the Drow Ranger worked out wonders, because that looked like a really bad situation from Vici Gaming heading into that fight, but all things considered, it went very well. Now a 3k lead for them. You do have to contend with a Sven having Aegis for another 3 minutes or so, though. And that's where Beastcoast are going to start coming into their own, get back into the groove, play around the big ultis they've got as Echo Slam is ready once more.
Radiant's bottom
Tidehunter
tower
has a
is under
full
attack.
refresher. 26 minutes in.
Look at K1, man. Okay. He pushes that wave all the way to tier 3, so forces the hand of Vici Gaming to come back, filter through, defend the top lane, but it is a BKB charge wasted.
11 did the math, did not want to put another point in a Ravage, because he does not have enough mana pool to use 2 Ravages and a refresher. Very smart. You would need extra 100 mana times 2, which is 200.
Well, some intelligent gameplay.
Yeah, these are professional e-gamers, Gary.
Never use that word again, please. You've used it twice today.
E-athletes, you can choose.
That's better. Cybersport athlete.
Dire
Vici
are
Gaming on the hunt, though.
They know there's no BKB on Sven.
Does Ori have that DD rune still? I think he bottled it up.
Yes, he does.
DD Deso. Beastcoast not getting found, though. And Vici Gaming retreating back to safe haven in their own triangle. But they did get some incredibly good information and vision down. Now bottom lane ward spots the entirety of Beastcoast rotating through. And Vici Gaming will mount a defense on their bottom tier 1 tower. The meld hidden TA for Ori.
With
Ready and
DD,
waiting
ready
to
to
strike
strike.
onto K1. Oh, dearie me, he's dead. Aegis expended. Beastcoast still want to get into this fight and defend him. BKB used up by K1. They're on the run.
Schofield and Tide.
In comes the Ravage though. Old
Gets
11 finds Whisper. The bubble disruption saves him for now. They can turn with a Supernova as well. Ravage from Old 11 hits out onto 3. Chris Luck still looking for a target, but they focus the egg. Supernova does not land, and Chris Luck forced to TP home.
That was such nicely done by Vici Gaming. Ori
They've got another catch.
hiding in the meld.
PYW found him with a Hex. K1, he's got nothing left in the tank. They can kite him day after day, and that damage from Ori and Poyo.
Earthshaker was hiding, sitting, if we see that again, he was sitting so close to Tidehunter, they could almost see each other.
The Cloak of Flames touched him as well, didn't it? So he couldn't blink
so
away.
he could not blink. That's what I wanted to say.
Such a good setup there. The trap card sprung. And yeah, look at Schofield there, trying to get back into it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But another huge fight for Vici Gaming. The execution has been perfect, and now we look towards this mid lane where Schofield, he'll try and defend his Lina, but Ori's arrival seals the deal, and Schofield slowed by the trap. He's being clipped, tries to tumble his toy, but there's just no escape from Vici.
Oh, there's a lot of drawing on a minimap. Chris Luck not happy with what just happened. They're in a good position with Aegis, and suddenly they are 9k gold down.
After the first 15 minutes, it started to feel like that momentum was building. Beastcoast were making waves towards victory with that first Roshan in particular, but Vici Gaming have set themselves up here for a tier 3 push, getting onto high ground, and Old 11, he just stampedes forward.
Four staff available.
Yeah, Ghost Scepter from Stinger. Make sure Ori doesn't jump him. And Poyo just sticks it onto the tier 3, stays low ground, gets the objective, and considers staying for that one additional wave. Look at that win probability now shifting very heavily.
Tidehunter even wants to get a BKB. Has enough mana pool to cast 2 Ravages with the Soul Ring. That's enough. Next Roshan may spawn in 2 minutes. Even Elder Titan has a bit of an extra armor, Solar Crest, on top of it, which he can cast on allies. We could see that the Phoenix's egg almost survived in that previous fight, but they managed to focus it down nicely.
Yeah, they have to spend their stuns just to try and save K1. They need these stuns or a disruption.
I have not seen Echo Slam in 15 minutes, Gary, I think.
Quite a while now, yeah. Ever since that jump onto the Drow Ranger. And that's what they need. They need the combo. They need the stuns, the Echo Slam to guard the egg so the egg lands to win this team fight. Lots of pieces have to be placed by Beastcoast to win the battles. And K1 with a Blink Dagger could allow them to do that. Gets the gap close on the Drow. Stick on a target and bring them down. Vici Gaming moving in towards mid though with a 5-man unit. Very strong, holding together. Forcing Beastcoast to make some drastic moves. And this big smoke here moves them across from that top lane through into mid, but Vici Gaming are the ones that are playing with their vision around them. They're playing from the high ground. Yeah, they know
bottom
something's
lane's
coming.
pushing, no one's showing on the mid lane. Chris Luck goes to the mid lane to show that it's not too obvious, but look at the positioning from Vici. They're ready.
Old 11. He's just waltzing forward. Still smoke, the Blink Hex. Do they go on Chris Luck? They get the stuns, the chain disables. Whew. Disappears under the damage of Ori. Buys back in the second Ravage. Chris Luck has BKB'd up, but Whisper's dead. The multi-buyback from Beastcoast, but they're just
11's
losing
still alive.
hero after hero. Chris Luck's nearly died. The Echo from Schofield with the egg on top, and K1 arrives. Down goes Poyo. The defender's advantage for Beastcoast will win them a fight. Ori, can he blink with refraction going? He can.
Yes, he can. What a stun from Lion. They need to get more out of this. DY using ulti.
They get a Fisher though.
Ori, another blink in 5 seconds.
He's out of there. That's a good kill on Drow on the
That's
Tide.
a triple buyback from Beastcoast. They needed to get more from this.
That's a dieback on the Phoenix as well, isn't it?
You are correct, Gary. They sneak in.
I mean, look at this. Chris Luck, Oh, he walks forward.
I don't think Ravage was needed. It was a bit too much, and then he needed to use the Refresher, Soul Ring. He was like, I'm not gonna have enough mana if I don't use it right now because of my Soul Ring. Pops it, they get a kill on Phoenix. Once Sven comes from the northern side, you can see still that he is something that they need to be very careful about during the BKB.
Ori, during his own BKB, though, able to take down that egg, barely gets off the refraction in time. And like you said, the stun from PYW there, spot on. Allows the escape, but still quite a while for Roshan to respawn. And now you're in a situation where Beastcoast need the Aegis to stay in this game with the amount of buybacks they've had to expend.
It's a long spawn, so that means double Ravage will be online once again. Are we getting closer to any level 25s? Sven, about to be level 24. Templar Assassin is 26, which means 8 refraction instances. That's quite a lot. More than 5. Even more than 10.
You're good with numbers, aren't you?
They don't have that, you know, spell that just completely takes it off. Phoenix is okay, but Phoenix is going to get jumped. So it's going to be very hard. 14 instances of refraction.
And Phoenix needs to egg. Egg is such a vital part of their team fight. Egg plus Echo Slam.
At least he's level 18 now, so that means 10 attacks to kill him.
Oh, I was expecting you to say Ego Slam there.
Oh, Echo Slam. Oh,
missed opportunity, Lacoste.
Sorry.
I'll get it in instead.
Do you know where I keep all my dad jokes?
Where's that?
In database. I forgot to unlock my database.
Oh, dearie me. I am physically facepalming right now. Earthshaker with the Eon Disc to make sure he doesn't get immediately popped because there is such a massive amount of physical burst damage from Vici Gaming. If they spot a target and they're able to get on top of them, they blow them out of the water in a matter of seconds. Roshan respawning now. The big man returns to his cave.
Schofield just aggressively blinked in. Eon Disc is available, so can try to force some kind of a action. Templar Assassin could try to go for Nullifier if she wants to sell Dragonlance. 5,000 gold. Swift blinked in a quick buy at the moment.
And even though we speak of this Vici Gaming burst damage, the physical damage they've got, the maneuverability from quadruple blink daggers here from Vici, they still have pretty fragile heroes. Even with refraction instances, even with BKB and Butterfly. They could get slapped around by K1 Sven and Chrysalux Lina, who equally output significant. Oh, hey, Schofield, he stopped the initiation. Old 11, he gets a Ravage off, but he dies. Now the dive in, Whisper looking for Poyo, Laguna Blade clears up PYW. They turn onto Drow Ranger. K1's dying though. Out goes the Sven, and Ori turns. Egg now forced to be used while Stinger bubbles one up. Oh, the good Fisher again. Schofield winning this fight for them, and Lina on the sidelines, pumping out damage while Ori, no refraction remaining. Being burnt alive and hit around, destroyed by Chris Luck. Poyo's in trouble. Chris Luck's got him. Oh, do they get him away? Drow Ranger to the high ground. They stun and sleep the Lina now. Chris Luck gets fingered by Lion. A great Earth Spike onto Whisper as well. Gives Ori a triple kill after buying back.
Unfortunately there for Vici Gaming, they did not have buyback on Tidehunter. He thought he's going to be okay with the BKB, but they managed to just go on him. You see Sven with a BKB on you, you don't feel like you're going to Ravage, and then you just die immediately. This is the second Roshan, which means Aegis and
The
Shard. Let's see who... I'd give Shard to Drow Ranger.
Man, Schofield here, that Fisher timing.
It was pretty much perfect.
It saves them in this team fight. I don't know if I would call it a victory for Beastcoast, of course, the way it all panned out, and K1 was unable to move towards the Drow because he did get slowed and kited around.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Great execution from Beastcoast, but this is what they need to be doing every fight just to have a chance in this game.
Egg was about to die. One hit off.
One hit away. And Ori there, of course, with the buyback, the triple buybacks from Vici Gaming. Secure themselves, like you say, that second Roshan. And they move swiftly into the Radiant base, forcing the glyph as they've cleared the mid lane. Shard there for Ori. TA traps become incredibly annoying.
Up to 3.5 seconds silence, which is no joke Also Drow Ranger getting closer to level 25. It's hard. Once your BKB is down as a Sven, Drow Ranger is just a bit...
Kiting you so hard.
You're getting kited. Even though you have tons of armor, she still pierces through your base armor. Lion will be the one controlling you. Timeless Relic, found by Vici Gaming. Let's see if they give that to Lion or if they decide to give that to the Tidehunter.
There's a DD rune. There's a DD rune for TA yet again. Flicker for Poyo, so he can get himself out of these fights. Witchbane for the Templar Assassin. And a gem grabbed up as well on Vici Gaming's side, so they can start removing the last vestiges of vision that Beastcoast have placed out on the map.
Lion will be the one holding Timeless Relic. Extra 25% debuff, so that means Hex is now a 5-second duration, and his stun is 3 seconds, which is really good.
Big damage from the finger as well.
Yeah, exactly. He has 5 stacks on top of it.
Old 11. So good at playing that frontliner. He's guarding Ori for now. They do make the jump and a big ravage, but the Supernova's out there. The second
another
ravage,
one.
Chris Luck dead for a minute and a half, and they focus the egg. Poyo clears through Whisper while the finger helps take down that poor Schofield Earthshaker.
When you see your Sven,
use it. He keeps animation cancelling finger.
when you see Sven with a BKB and ulti in your team running away, you know the fight is over.
Tower has fallen.
And the game might be over now for Beastcoast. No buybacks, no Phoenix, no Lena. 17 seconds until she can use hers. So Earthshaker's going to try and dissuade them from finishing off this top lane. Schofield has the Blink Echo Slam, but no real opportunity to strike just yet. He needs the rest of his team. Relinquish control of that top lane of barracks. Mega creeps are coming. And Beastcoast with an awful lot on their plates. The Hex out. Sleep as well. Good disruption. Buys time for K1. PYW purged up by the Demon Stinger. Lion, Laguna Bladed. But Ori, well, he's jumped into a disarm there. Still waltzing around, but Aegis in hand. While Old 11, he's found Shadow Demon on the right. They do stun up that Ori TA, but Aegis again gives a secondary life. And another wave of aggression from Vici Gaming, potentially. Force Staff drifting left and right, then blinks away.
Sven, he wants to go in. Smoke from Vici Gaming.
The old smoke and run. K1 and Chris Luck, they are hungry. They know that any opportunity they can have to kill just one Vici Gaming hero can give them a chance to get back in this game. But the Mega Creeps, a substantial problem, a challenge that they've got to address right now.
They got Sven, so it's okay. They could go for one big push, try to win a team fight and win a game off of that. So it's very important for Vici Gaming that they keep the buybacks, don't spend all your gold. That's gonna keep you in the game for a while.
They'll have double Ravage
if
again,
something
though.
bad happens. But yeah, double Ravage, Spell Prism is there, which means the cooldown's even lower. Tidehunter thinking about getting the Overwhelming Blink.
Yeah, why
Had
not?
Arcane Blink at one point to reduce the cast point and lower the cooldown. Now thinking about Shiva's.
Yeah, go for a bit of bonus armor. It's always nice having that vision element as well to scout people out, especially heroes like the Earthshaker. Are Vici considering a smoke? It doesn't feel like they're in any rush. No reason to make any rash decisions. Just wait for Beastcoast to make the move because really the clock is on them. Aghanim's blessing. Ori wanting that global presence, not too far off it. But we are in a situation, like you mentioned, right? Beastcoast have to go and do something at some point. So Vici Gaming got to keep their eyes on the buybacks, just in case Beastcoast pulls something out of the hat.
I'm sorry, Gary, I wasn't listening. I just have something stuck in my head.
What's that?
Like Templar Assassin, which neutral item is that?
On the TA?
Yeah, it's a Vici Bane. Now we can continue. Yeah. I apologize. I think Vici Gaming is gonna go and try to end the game right now. There's still 2-minute window, and they have buyback on Templar Assassin. They have buyback on a Drow Ranger.
Are you writing all these down, by the way?
I'm not.
You know, you should make those little books you have on a coffee table with the pictures and the quotes and the funny jokes in.
Ah, the one from Seinfeld, the coffee table
The coffee
book.
table book, yeah.
about
You
the
should
coffee
have one of
table.
those.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
Lacoste dad jokes. Dota dad jokes. A Vici Bane. My goodness gracious me. 1 second Ravage stun and that 25 tied. So that's 2 seconds, isn't it? With a refresher up. 12% marksmanship chance for the Drow Ranger.
It is 3.8, 7.6 with 2 Ravages, if timed correctly.
What are your thoughts on Sven going for the... We saw this a few minutes ago, of course, but Sven going for that Stormhammer duration. Going for the stun rather than the damage.
That 1 extra second, 125, means 3 hits from Sven with Swift Blink.
Here comes Beastcoast. Stomp misses out. K1's on old 11. Kraken Shell pops him away from the stun, but the fish are onto
he's
2
stuck.
with the egg. Nicely placed. There's a Ravage out. Catching Schofield, but Whisper's down.
They don't
the
see
egg
him.
doesn't land, and the kiting
Now
here
they do.
of that Hex Stub. K1 Sven surely seals an end to the game. Beastcoast, they're losing out everybody. Vici Gaming with his old 11 tie, just dominating the team fights. And GG's called.
Vici Gaming, I feel Beastcoast didn't fight when they were strong. Sven just kept popping the ulti and going for the Ancients instead of trying to fight with the team, and they missed a bit of an opportunity. Also, Earthshaker, we haven't seen a really good Echo Slam. There was 1 Echo around 15-minute mark on a Drow Ranger, and that was about it. And then he bought back, died again, kind of made his game really bad. Couldn't even make 2 items. There was well, what did he have? He had Eon Disc and a Blink Dagger, pretty much in the end.
Yeah, he had a couple of good fishers. I think 2 very good Echo Slams, but it really was that story again of Vici Gaming knowing that they can extend the game, pick their moments, choosing exactly when and where to fight to get the most out of their draft. And game 1, Beastcoast had their chances, but Vici Gaming looking like the more consistent, stable team. We'll take a quick break and return with game 2, though, so see you guys in a bit.